हेलो फ्रेंड्स, आज हम बात करेंगे नोडल एनालिसिस के बारे में जो कि बेस्ड है नोड्स पर। तो सबसे पहले हम ये जानेंगे कि ये नोड क्या है। सो नोड इज अ पॉइंट वेयर टू और मोर देन टू ब्रांचेज मीट। जब हमने नोड की बात की है तो यहाँ पर हम एक टर्म और डिस्कस करेंगे जिसको हम कॉल करते हैं जंक्शन। तो जंक्शन की डेफिनेशन कहती है इट इज अ पॉइंट where three or more than three branches meet। इसी को कई लोग प्रिंसिपल नोड भी कॉल करते हैं और प्रिंसिपल नोड। So basically this principal node or junction both are same and the definition says that it is a point where three or more than three branches meet। हम ऐसे नोड को कंसीडर नहीं करेंगे जहां पर सिर्फ और सिर्फ दो ब्रांच मीट करते हो। हम ऐसा इसलिए नहीं करेंगे क्योंकि जो करंट एक ब्रांच से आएगा वही सेम करंट दूसरी ब्रांच में जाएगा। सो देयर इज अ नो नीड टू कैलकुलेट द करंट इन एनी ब्रांच। सिर्फ और सिर्फ हम यहाँ पर जंक्शन और प्रिंसिपल नोड को काउंट करेंगे। दिस नोडल एनालिसिस इज यूज्ड टू एनालाइज द सर्किट्स यूजिंग नोड वोल्टेज एज अ सर्किट वेरिएबल्स। This is applicable to both planar as well as non-planar circuits. As we have already discussed that planar circuit is one which is drawn in one dimension having no crossing branches. इसके बाद हम डिस्कस करेंगे कि इस नोडल एनालिसिस को अप्लाई कैसे करें और उसके क्या क्या स्टेप्स हम फॉलो करेंगे। So basically this nodal analysis is based on nodes. So first we will count the number of nodes. Then we will select one node as a reference or datum node. And the potential of that node is 0. Suppose this is a node which is reference 1 or reference node. तो इसको हम ग्राउंड से कनेक्ट करेंगे और इसका पोटेंशियल जो होगा वो 0 वोल्ट होगा। अब इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट ये है द पोटेंशियल ऑफ दिस रेफरेंस नोड इज नॉट एक्चुअली 0 विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू अर्थ बट इट इज 0 और इट इज टेकन एज रेफरेंस फॉर अदर नॉन रेफरेंस नोड्स। Then we will assign the voltages to non-reference nodes. Other nodes means here non-reference nodes. Then we will assign the current in each branch meeting at each node. This procedure we will do randomly. We do not have to put the brain into it. Then we will apply the KCL equation at each non-reference node and we will use Ohm's law to express the branch current in terms of node voltages. And the number of KCL equations is equal to n minus 1, where this n is the number of principal nodes. Then we will solve the simultaneous equations to obtain the unknown voltages. Now we will be discussing case 1 when circuit having no voltage source. So let's have an example. So this is a circuit where we will apply the nodal analysis. So step by step we will apply. So first we will count the number of nodes. So this is a node, here 3 branches are meeting. This is another node where 4 branches meeting, and this lower one is also a node. So generally this lower node is considered as reference node or datum node, and the potential of this node is 0 volt. Now we will assign the voltages to non-reference node. Suppose the potential here is V1 and the potential of this node is V2. After that we will assign the current in each branch. So here suppose the current is I1, here the current is I2, and current in R3 is I3. If I will do numbering here, so this is node number 1 and this is node 2. So we will apply the KCL on node 1, applying KCL at node 1. So this is a node 1. At this node, this small I1 and this capital I2 are the incoming current, whereas capital I1 and small I2 are outgoing current. So we will write small I1 plus capital I2, which is an incoming current, is equal to small I2 plus capital I1, which are outgoing currents. After that, we will place the value of capital I1 and capital I2 with the help of Ohm's law. So I1, small I1 plus value of I2 according to Ohm's law. So I2 is flowing between node 2 and node 1, and it is going away from node 2 and it is entering at node 1. Generally, the current is always flow from higher potential to lower potential. So we will write I2, which is equal to V2 minus V1 divided by the resistance, which is R2, is equal to small I2 plus the value of I1 according to Ohm's law. So I1 is flowing between this node number 1 and reference node, and it is going from node number 1 to reference node. So it is flowing from V1 to 0. So we will write the potential difference V1 minus 0 divided by resistance. So resistance is R1 here. Then we will segregate the coefficients. So I am taking I2 left side. So this will be equal to I1 minus I2 is equal to, now here the coefficient of V1 is 1 by R1 is already there, and we will take this V1 by R2 to this side. So this will be equal to 1 by R2. And we will take V2 by R2 to this side. So this will be equal to minus V2 by R2. So this is our equation 1. Similarly, we will apply the KCL on node 2, applying KCL at node 2. So this is a node 2. So small I2 is the incoming current, whereas this I2 and this I3 are outgoing current. So incoming current should be equal to outgoing current. So this is small I2 is equal to capital I2 plus capital I3. Now we will put the value of I2 and I3 according to Ohm's law. So I2 is flowing between node 2 and node 1, and it is flowing from 2 to 1. So we will write V2 minus V1, V2 minus V1 divided by R2 plus I3, which is flowing between V2 node and reference node. The potential of reference node is 0. So we will write V2 minus 0 divided by R3. Now we will segregate the coefficients. So here we can write it as this I2 is equal to minus V1 upon R2 plus V2. Here the coefficient of V2 is 1 by R2, and here the coefficient of V2 is 1 by R3. So 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. This is the equation number 2. Suppose we know the value of R1, R2, R3 and small I1 and small I2. Then only the unknown left will be V1 and V2. Now we have two equations. So we can solve these two equations and we will get the value of V1 and V2. So we will get V1 and V2. After getting the value of V1 and V2, we can calculate the value of I2, which is flowing in R2, and we can calculate the value of I1, which is flowing through the resistor R1. Similarly, we can also calculate the value of R3, which is flowing through the resistor R3. Now, one more thing we will look that will help for further numerical. Suppose this is a diagram in which this is a node and this is another node. Suppose the potential of this node is VB and the potential of this node is VA. Then it is saying that the potential difference between node A and node B is 10 volt, or the potential of point A is 10 volt higher than the potential of B. If the potential of B is equal to 0 volt, then VA is equal to 10 volt. If VB is 5 volt, then VA will definitely equal to 10 plus 5, 15 volt. I hope you are very clear. Now, if the reverse can also happen, if the potential of VA is 20, then the potential of BB will be equal to 20 minus 10, that should be equal to 10. So I hope you are now able to calculate the potential of any node, and you are also very clear what is this diagram saying. It is saying that the potential of upper node is 10 volt higher than the lower node. Similarly, here if this is a node A and this is a node B, it is saying that the potential of node B is greater than the potential of node A by 10 volt, or the potential of node A is lower than the potential of node B by 10 volt, or we will write here VA minus VB is equal to minus 10, or this can also be written as VB minus VA is equal to 10. It is saying that the potential of node B is greater than potential of node A by 10 volt. Similarly, you can follow the same procedure for this also, and you will calculate the voltage. Now we will select this node as a reference node, and reference node will always be grounded one. So this is a reference node, and the potential of this node is 0 volt. Now we will assign the voltages to non-reference nodes. So the potential of this non-reference node is V1 and the potential of this node is V2. Now we are naming these two non-reference node. Suppose this is node A and this is node B. After assigning the voltages to non-reference node, we should assign the current in each branch. So now we will assign the current in each branch. So at this node, node A, 3 branches are meeting, one current source and these two resistances. So in this branch, current is already given. We will mark the current in this branch. Suppose this current is I1 and the current in 6 ohm resistor, the current in 6 ohm resistor is I2, whereas the current in this branch is I3. In this manner, we will assign the current to each branch in which current has not been given. Now we will apply the KCL on each node. So first we are applying KCL at node A. So what KCL says? KCL says the incoming current, KCL says the incoming current should be equal to the outgoing current. So this one is incoming, whereas these two are outgoing current. So what we will write? We will write here this I1 plus I2 is equal to 1. Now we will put the value of I1 and I2 with the help of Ohm's law. So we will write V1, which is the potential of node A, minus potential of reference node, which is 0, divided by resistances, which is 2. Now we will put the value of I2 from Ohm's law. So I2 is flowing between node A and node B, and as this is flowing from node A to node B, we will write the potential of node A minus potential of node B by resistance. So we will write V1 minus V2 divided by resistance, which is connected between node A and node B, equal to 1. Now we will segregate the coefficients of V1 and V2. So I am taking V1 common here. So V1 coefficient from first term is 1 by 2, whereas the coefficient from this term is 1 by 6. So this minus V2 by 6 is equal to 1. So now we will take the LCM. So what will happen? 6 will be the LCM here. So 6 is LCM. V1 is already common between them. So here this is 3 plus 1 minus V2 by 6 is equal to 1. Now what will happen? We will cross multiply 6 to this side. So this is 4 V1 minus V2 is equal to 6. So this is equation 1. Similarly, we will apply the KCL at node B. So at this node, this I2 and this I3 are the incoming current, whereas this 4 ampere is the outgoing current. So we are applying KCL at node B. So we will write this I2 plus I3 is equal to 4. Now we will put the value of I2 and I3 with the help of Ohm's law. So I2 is flowing between node A and node B. As it is going from node A to node B, we will write V1 minus V2 divided by resistance, which is 6 in this case. So we will write V1 minus V2 by 6 plus the value of I3, as I3 is flowing from reference node to this B node. So what we will write? We will write 0 minus V2 by resistance, which is 7 in this case, is equal to 4. If suppose this current is flowing in downward direction, then we will write V2 minus 0 by 7. And the KCL equation will also change here. So KCL equation in this case will be equal to I2, which is the incoming current, and I3 and 4 are outgoing current. So in this case, this will be equal to like this. Now we will take the LCM and resolve the coefficient first. First, we will resolve the coefficient. So V1 by 6 minus V2, which is common here, 1 by 6 plus 1 by 7 is equal to 4. Now we would take LCM. So V1 upon 6 minus V2, LCM is 42. So 7 plus 6 is equal to 4. Now we will cross multiply. So what will happen here? So here this is 7 V1 minus 13 V2. Now 42 will go this side. So this is 42 into 4 is 168. Now we will solve equation 1 and equation 2 using Cramer's rule. So here solving equation 1 and 2 using Cramer's rule. So in this rule, first we will form the matrices. So matrices of coefficients of V1 and V2. So in first equation, the coefficient of V1 and V2 is 4 and coefficient of V2 is minus 1, whereas the coefficient of V1 in second equation is 7 and the coefficient of V2 in second equation is minus 13. Now here this will be the matrices of coefficients, and this is the matrix of constant terms. So constant in first equation is 6, here it is 4. We will solve this So first we will calculate delta, which is the determinant of this coefficient matrix. So coefficients was 4 minus 1, 7 minus 13. So 4 into minus 13 minus 1 into 7. So 4 into minus 13 is minus 52, and 1 into 7 is 7, then this will be equal to plus 7. So the resultant will be minus 45. Now we will calculate delta 1. Delta 1 is the determinant of this matrix when the first column is replaced by these constant terms. So first column will be replaced by 6 and 168. This will be remain same, minus 1 and minus 13. This is equal to 6 into minus 13 minus another diagonal element, which is minus 1 into 168. So 6 into minus 13 is minus 78. This is minus 68 and minus is already there, so plus 168. So the resultant is 90. Now the delta, which is delta 2. Now delta 2, which is the determinant of this matrix when second column is replaced by constant terms. So 4, 7, 6 and 168 is equal to, now the multiplication of this diagonal element, 4 into 168 minus multiplication of these two, so 7 into 6. So 4 into 168 is 672 minus 42, and the resultant will be equal to 630. Negative sign is representing that the potential of this node A is less than the potential of reference node by 2 volt. Similarly, the potential of V2 is lower than the potential of reference node by 14 volt. Now we will calculate the current values in each resistor. So we have assumed this was I1, this was I2 and this was I3. So value of I1 should be equal to potential of A node minus potential of reference node divided by resistance. So potential of node A is V1, which is minus 2, minus potential of reference node divided by resistance. So this will be equal to minus 1 ampere. Similarly, current I2, which is flowing between node A and node B, so potential difference will be equal to V1 minus V2. So potential of V1 is minus 2 minus potential of B node, which is minus 14. So minus 2 minus minus 14 divided by resistance. So resistance is 6 in this case. So minus 2 plus 14. So this will be equal to 12 by 6 is equal to 2 ampere. And I3, which is flowing from reference node to node B. So potential of reference node is 0 minus potential of node B is V2, and the value of V2 is minus 14. So minus 14 divided by 7. So this is again 2 ampere. I hope the numerical is very clear. Now we will discuss the case 2 in which a voltage source exists between a reference node and a non-reference node. So let's have a circuit. So if we have to apply the nodal analysis in this one, so first of all we have to count the number of nodes. So this is a node, this is again a node, and this is another node, and this is also a node. Generally the lower node is considered as reference one. So this is connected to ground, and the potential of this node is 0 volt, and this is known as reference node. Now we will assign the voltages to each node. So the potential of node A is V1, the potential of node B is V2, and the potential of node C is V3. Now as we know this 10 volt voltage source is connected between a non-reference node and a reference node. So we have already studied this kind of diagram in which this branch by 10 volt, or the potential of A is 10 volt higher than the potential of second node, which is reference node here, and the potential of this node is 0 volt. So obviously this potential should be equal to 10 volt. So whenever we will find the circuit in which this case is occurring, directly we will write the voltage of this non-reference node. So the potential of non-reference node in this case will be equal to same as the value of voltage source which is connected between a reference node and a non-reference node. Now we will discuss another case, which is case number 3, when a voltage source is connected between two non-reference nodes. So here this node B and C are the non-reference node, and a voltage source is occurring between them. Remember, this is the case when the voltage source having no resistances in series with it. Whenever a resistance is in series with this voltage source, 5 volt voltage source, that case is different one. But when only voltage source or a voltage source having some parallel element with this branch, then this case 3 will be valid. So in this case what we have to do, we have to form a supernode. So what is a supernode? A supernode is formed by enclosing a voltage source and any element which is connected in parallel with this voltage source. So here these two nodes are forming a supernode. So now how we will solve the problem? Let's start. So we have already assigned the voltages to nodes. Now we have to assign the current in each branch. So suppose the current in this branch is I1 and the current in this branch is I2, whereas this current in 8 ohm resistor is I3 and the current in 6 ohm resistor is I4. Now we will apply the KCL on this supernode. So this node is supernode here. So the KCL on supernode is saying that the incoming current should be equal to outgoing current. So I1 is incoming towards supernode and I2 is also incoming towards supernode, whereas I3 and I4 are outgoing current. So when we apply KCL at supernode, so we will write I1 plus I2 is equal to I3 plus I4. Now we will put the value of I1, I2, I3 and I4 in terms of node voltages with the help of Ohm's law. Before putting the value of I1, I2, I3 and I4, we should be very clear that the potential of node B will be V2, whereas the potential of node C will be V3. जैसा कि हमने मैश एनालिसिस में डिस्कस किया था, जब हमने सुपर मैश फॉर्म की थी, तो जो मैश करंट हमने जिस मैश में असाइन किया था, दैट शुड रिमेन इंटैक्ट विद इन दैट मैश. Similar case is here. When we assign the voltage to any node, the voltage of that node will remain fixed, V2 in this case, and V3 is the potential of node C. Of course, we are combining these two nodes and forming a super node, but the potential of node B and C will differ, and it is saying that the potential difference between node B and node C is 5 volt. So we will discuss later. So first we are putting the value of I1. So I1 is flowing between node A and node B. So the potential of node A is 10 minus potential of node B is V2 divided by resistance between them, that is 2, plus the value of I2, which is flowing between node A and node C. So potential of node A is 10 minus potential of node C is V3 divided by resistance, that is 4, is equal to value of I3. Value of I3 is V2 minus the potential of reference node divided by resistance, that is 8, plus the value of I4, which is flowing between C node and the potential of node C is V3 minus the potential of reference node divided by resistance. Now we will take the LCM. First we will combine the coefficient of same terms. So here I am collecting the coefficients of V2. This side the coefficient of V2 is 1 by 8, and I am taking this V2 coefficient to this side, so this will be plus 1 by 2. Now I am collecting the coefficient of V3. So V3 coefficient in right side is 1 by 6. When I will take this to right side, this is equal to 1 by 4. Now in left side, what is there? 10 by 4 plus 10 by 2. Now we will take LCM. So V2, so LCM will be 8 in this case. So 1 plus 4 plus V3, LCM will be here 12. This is 2 plus 3 is equal to, taking 10 as common, and LCM will be 4. So 1 plus 2. Now we will resolve. So 1 plus 4, 5. 5 V2 divided by 8 plus 2 plus 3, 5. 5 V3 by 12 is equal to 30 by 4. So now we will multiply this whole equation by 48 or 24. Now we will multiply this equation by 24 to cancel out the denominator part. So this will be converted into 15v2 plus 10v3 is equal to 180. So this is equation 1. Now we need second equation, and we can write second equation between node B and C. It is saying that the potential difference between node B and node C is 5 volt, or we can say that the potential of node C is 5 volt lower than the potential of node B. So what we will write? We will write V2 minus V3 is equal to 5. So first equation was the KCL equation, but this equation is the KVL equation. So it is very important to note here, this equation is KVL equation, not the KCL equation. Now we will solve this problem using nodal analysis, in which we have to calculate the value of V node. So first we will find nodes. So this is a node, this is another node, and this is also a node. This one is also a node. So this node will be considered as reference node, and the potential of reference node is 0 volt. Then we will assign the voltages to non-reference node. Suppose this is a potential V1 or voltage V1. Here the voltage of this node is already given, which is V0. So I am writing here V0, and the potential of node is assumed V2. Now we will assign the current in each branch randomly. So here I am assigning the current. So suppose current in this branch is I1, current in this 2 ohm resistor is I2, whereas current in this 4 ohm resistor is I3, and the current in this 8 ohm resistor is I4. So now we will apply the KCL at this node. So what will be happen? So I1 is incoming current, whereas I2 and 5 ampere are outgoing current. So from KCL, I1 is equal to I2 plus 5. So we are putting the value of I1, I2 from Ohm's law. So I1 is flowing in this branch. So the potential 40 here, 40 minus V1 by 1. So 40 minus V1 upon 1 is equal to the value of I2. This is flowing between this node and this node. So I2 is V1 minus V0 by 2 plus 5. Now taking the coefficient, so coefficient of V1 in right side is 1 by 2, and taking this V1 to this side, so plus 1 minus V0 by 2 is equal to 40 minus 5, that is 35. So taking LCM, so this is 3 V1 by 2 minus V0 by 2 is equal to 35. So maybe this can be written as 3 V1 minus V0 is equal to 70. Suppose this equation is first equation. Now we will apply the KCL on this node. So from KCL, this I2 and 5 are the incoming current, whereas I3 and I4 are outgoing current. So we will write I2 plus 5 is equal to I3 and I4, or I3 plus I4. Now we will put the value of I3 and I4 and I2 with the help of Ohm's law. So I2 value is V1 minus V0 by 2 plus 5 is equal to value of I3 is V0 minus the potential of reference node, that is 0, by 4, plus the value of I4 is V0 minus 20, that is equal to plus 20, divided by 8. So we will segregate the coefficient. So here the coefficient of V1 is 1 by 2. So V1 is 1 by 2. Then I am taking V0 common with negative sign. So here coefficient is 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8. Taken these coefficient to left side is equal to 20 by 8 minus 5. Now taking the LCM, V1 by 2 minus V0, LCM will be 8. So 4 plus 2 plus 1 is equal to 20 minus 40 divided by 8. So we can write it as V1 by 2 minus 4 to 6 and 1, 7 V0 by 8 is equal to minus 20 by 8. This equation can be rewritten as 4 V1 minus 7 V0 is equal to minus 20. Now we will solve equation 1 and 2 with the help of elimination method. So solving one and 2 using elimination method. So equation 1 is 3V1 minus V0 is equal to 70, whereas equation 2 is 4V1 minus 7V0 is equal to minus 20. This is equation 1, this is 2. Now we have to calculate the value of V0. So what we will do, we will make the coefficient of V1 equal and we will subtract both the equations. So I am multiplying this equation by 4, whereas I am multiplying equation 2 by 3. Then we will subtract. So while subtracting, the sign will change. So this will be negative, this will be positive, and this will be positive. So I'm writing here, space is not there. So these two will cancel out. Now 4V0 negative and 21V0 positive. So 21 minus 4, that is 17 V0 is equal to 70 into 4, 280. So 280 plus 60 is equal to 340. So V naught will be equal to 20 volt. If you want to calculate the value of V1, put this value of V naught into any one equation and solve. You will get the value of V1. After that, if you want to calculate the value of I1, so I1 will be calculated as 40 minus the value of V1 by 1. Similarly, I2 value is this, so value of V1 minus V0 by 2. Similarly, you can calculate the value of I3 and I4 from these expressions. Thanks for watching the video. Have a great day.